And now, members, if there's no objections, I'd like to move to item number 7. We're going to move to our action items. The Hope Operator designation for Success Academy. And Mr. Emerson, I believe this is you.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. And as the Commissioner had relayed in his report, this is part of the Schools of Hope statute that the legislature had established in 2017. And as the Commissioner noted, this was the idea behind this was to get the best of the best down into the persistently lowest performing school attendance zones in this state, to open up a cluster of high-performing schools and to turn that around. And as the state board has a responsibility for approving a new Schools of Hope operator applicant, we bring before you the most recent one today, which is Success Academy. And as high-performing charter schools network go, this is certainly one of the highest flying charter school networks that we can point to in the United States. And I would be thrilled, with the chair's permission, to invite founder of Success Academy and CEO Eva Moskowitz to come up here so she can tell you about Success and why the Schools of Hope program in Florida would be important.
Great, thank you. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much, Chairman Gibson and members of the board, Commissioner Diaz. It's really nice to be here this morning. As you may know, 18 years ago, I founded Success Academies with 165 kindergartners and first graders on the block I grew up in Harlem, one of the most educationally disadvantaged neighborhoods in the city of New York. Today, I am serving 20,000 students, K through 12. I am the 5th largest school district in the state of New York. But it's not the number of students that is the most significant. It is the fact that we are serving students, 94% of whom are Black and brown, 10% are homeless, nearly 15% are special ed students, and yet we are the highest performing school in the state of New York in math. We are number 3 in reading. We are not just closing the achievement gap, we are reversing it. Our students are outperforming affluent districts in the state of New York. For 6 years in a row, 100% of our students have gone off to 4-year colleges, with 96% getting at least one offer that meets their financial need. I have been doing this in a rather hostile political environment, and one of the things that I'm just so impressed with in Florida is a desire for innovation and really leading the country. And I commend you and, of course, the commissioner and the governor for leading that work. This nation needs that kind of innovation, particularly for our poorest and most vulnerable children. And I appreciate your consideration as we think about moving out of state. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Members, any questions or comments? Commissioner?
I'd like to speak. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to apply to become a Hope operator in Florida. As the sponsor of the legislation in 2017 that created the Schools of Hope, this is exactly what we were envisioning, to have a charter school network to be able to come in and really serve those populations that are in need of this kind of academic rigor, of this performance. And I think this is a moment where I think over the next decade, hopefully we're going to look back and remember this instant as where we changed the lives of so many students in these areas in our state. And I want to make it clear, we have a robust program across the state when it comes to our district schools. Our schools of choice within the districts and magnet schools, our charter school ecosystem, and now obviously with the Family Empowerment Scholarship, those private schools and homeschoolers that are being served. But I think this is an opportunity for us to really put another avenue in those hard-hit areas where we can provide actual hope for our students and give those parents the choice, because sometimes in those areas the other options are not available. And I think Success Academy is going to provide that option for our students. And I look forward to your work here in Florida, up and coming. And I would just like to, I can't say how high of a recommendation I would be for this board to approve this application.
Thank you, Commissioner. I had just a couple questions. Obviously, and you touched on this, New York is much different than Florida. I hope you will find Florida and our governor and our legislature and our commissioner and this board much more welcoming, I believe, than you've experienced in New York. And I think we really view it as a partnership. But tell us a little bit about why Florida for Success Academy. What makes you, when you look at Florida and you look at opportunities here for success and helping students, what is it that you see?
Well, I really appreciate, as I said, the innovation. I think you may be so much looking downward that you don't, fully appreciate that in New York, it takes 18 years to get very modest legislative changes that are going to help kids. And what you all have done in a very short period of time to make Florida parental choice friendly, your redoing of the state assessment, that would have taken a century in New York to do what you have done. There's a lot more work to do in terms of serving all children at a really, really high level. But I am very nervous about the economic future of this country without more educational innovation. Even the way we take attendance in this country is largely the same it was taken 100 years ago. And yet you've got a gig economy, you've got technological transformations, and yet education is still in the horse and buggy era. So there's a lot more work to do, but it's the spirit of innovation, it's the commitment to innovation, and it's a welcoming environment. In New York, and I love New York, but I have had to fight for 18 years for very basic changes. And so, I look forward to serving children in other places because the need is so great. And I honestly think we don't have forever to solve this problem. If you look at what other countries are doing educationally, it really is disappointing that a country as wealthy and as great as America would leave its poorest citizens not able to read or not able to count or not able to take advantage of your incredible public university system because they cannot get there. And so I want to be in a place that's high growth, that's high innovation, that is welcoming to parental choice.
Well, I think you're definitely going to find that here in the state of Florida. And if you look at our values that we display at every meeting, one of them is act with urgency. And that is important because if there is delay, you're talking about a whole generation of children who are missing out, and that has ramifications all the way down. So I appreciate your emphasis on that. And Commissioner, thank you for your leadership. I know you were the brainchild of this from the beginning, and so this must be, this moment here, it is a big moment, and we're excited. We're excited
Thank
for you to
you
be
so
here.
much.
All right, members. Yeah, Member Garcia.
As a teacher in a high-needs, low-income school from the very beginning of my career, I was watching from afar and just kind of cheering you on, just based on what I was seeing in the media. And moving to Florida, I kind of looked around and said, why don't we have more of this here? Now, this is many years ago, before all of this innovation. So just to get a front row seat to see what true commitment at all levels to education and innovation can do in quite a short time, kind of echoing your sentiments, is really exhilarating, kind of a pinch me moment for you to be here and to have chosen Florida and to be in a state that welcomes high performers like you is something I feel very, very proud of. So thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting in Florida. And of course, we're excited.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Member Garcia. Yes, Vice Chair Petty.
Chair Gibson, just to, I looked back at the sign, and our values. At the top of that list, you see all children can learn, right? that's a fundamental core belief, I think, of every member of this board, if I may. But also, from the governor to the legislature to the department, the folks I interact with on a almost daily basis at the department, we have that fundamental belief that all children can learn. It's getting them into the environment that works for them, and so we're open to experimentation. We're open to trying new things. I'm grateful that you chose Florida. Thank you. And we look forward to the work that you will do here based on the fact that we all believe that we believe that all children can learn. We just have to set those expectations, and that's part of what you do on a daily basis, and so we're grateful to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, members, seeing no more questions or comments, can I get a motion to approve Success Academy as Hope Operator?
So moved.
Got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Show Success Academy recognized and designated as a Schools of Hope Operator. Congratulations.